will inspire you to never give up on your dreams, no matter how old you are. Take a look.
Alfred Williams is very unique to first grade. He's a 70-year-old learner. When he was 8 years old, he went to work in the fields and never got a chance to go to school.
When I was young, I promised my mom that I would learn how to read and write.
He's an awesome student, and he just is one of us.
What do you think of that?
I like Alfred because he's nice. Alfred's a really good friend.
I teach the young kids that it's really important to get along with each other. I teach them to love one another.
Well, when Alfred first came, he only knew 2 words and he knew how to write them. Now Alfred can write like a zillion words.
Alfred is a natural in first grade. When we dance, he dances. When we read, he reads.
Something in the water.
When we write, he writes. When we're on the floor in the circle, he's here with us.
Alfred is really smart and he helps us and we help him.
Learning to read has opened a whole new world for Alfred. His smile warms my heart. His sweet, calm, little soft-spoken spirit.
Life is easier when you can read and write because you can just get out and go and do what you want to do. It's not too late to teach an old dog new tricks. You just have to learn that he can't keep up with the young dog.
From St. Joseph, Missouri, please welcome first grader Alfred Williams and his teacher, Elisa Hamilton. First of all, you look very handsome.
Thank you.
You look fantastic. And what an amazing story this is. This is incredible. And here you are, you're in People Magazine this week. How does that feel that you're in People Magazine?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're fine with it. It doesn't bother you. You're going to be famous now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Now, how did you, Elisa, how did y'all meet?
For 2 years, Alfred walked some kids back and forth to school from Edison, or at Edison. And one day after school, he asked a question. And I said, Alfred, didn't you read the newsletter that we send home every week? And he said, Mrs. Hamilton, I don't know how to read. And I had given him some resources, some adult learning places, and said, you know, maybe I could point you to those places. And it wasn't but a couple of days later that he came and said, I want you to teach me to read. I was like, oh.
And how did you feel about that? Was that like, okay, or?
It was like, whoa. I have always taught 5-, 6-, and 7-year-old friends to read. I didn't know about 70-year-olds.
Right. And had you tried to, at some point in your life, did you try to learn to read earlier?
Yes, I tried many times, but nothing worked until I met the genius here.
Yeah. It's the right teacher, right? That's the most important thing, is to have the right teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when did you realize, Elisa, the first time that you knew that you were making progress?
I tell everyone about the sugar story. Alfred and I, when we were tutoring, some days we would bring in the grocery store ads because I knew that that was something that he did each week that would be meaningful to him. When he came back one day after we had looked at those ads, he says to me, Mrs. Hamilton, did you know that up above the aisle in the stores, there are some words up there that tell you exactly what's in that aisle? I was like, Alfred, you're kidding me. And he said, yeah, I saw the word sugar. And I went right there, and there was the sugar right under that. It's right under there.
You don't even think about that. Wow.
So that sugar is a very important thing to us.
So, so you go to school with these first graders every day, and how is that with you?
I used to would be not wanting to go to school because I was in shame of going to school, but now the first graders make me feel like them.
Uh-huh.
When they get ready to go out and play, they say, come on, Alfred.
Yeah.
And I don't care how many grown-ups standing there. They say, "Come on, Alfred," and I look at them and I take off going right with them.
It keeps you young.
Yeah.
Hanging out with young kids like that.
Yeah.
And how has life changed for you? It must be, I mean, that story alone, you don't think about that you have to search for things. You don't know where to go right away. What, I mean, like an exit sign or anything. You don't.
You know, life really changed for me because I learned how to read, and you just don't know how much in the world that you can learn if you know how to read.
Yeah.
I got comfortable with sitting back in my room reading because that's a whole new world right there in the books. Mm-hmm. And I never knew anything about that.
Yeah.
So my life just turned all the way around.
Yeah, I bet.
Just,
she must mean a lot to you. What do you think about Miss Hamilton?
Miss Hamilton is a friend of mine. She's my teacher. She is my secretary. We want to reward
Miss Hamilton for everything that you're doing. And first of all, I've got things to read and tell you about. The first thing we're going to do, together with our friends at HP, we're going to give you 26 new HP Pavilion DV 2600 series notebook computers for HP is a technology solutions provider to consumers, businesses, and institutions globally. Thank you so much, HP, for helping us. And now for you, we would like to give you something Smithfield, which is Smithfield Foods has a program called Learners to Leaders, and it helps people overcome academic, social, or economic challenges in order to shape tomorrow's leaders and strengthen communities. They think you're a good role model, and they want to give you a check for $10,000 to do whatever you want to do. They know you love your school, and they're also giving them $2,500 to buy books for their library. So you're getting $2,500. You're getting $10,000 to do whatever you want. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See what that did? Yeah.
Alfred has this piece of land on a hill that he talks about. Piece of land, and we're just waiting to put a home, something on that hill.
Well,
Oh, my
if you've got a piece of land and you want to build a home, I'm encouraging anybody watching right now, if you want to contribute to this and help him build a home, please get in touch with us, and we want to help you build that home. Okay?
Oh, thank you.
We're going to try and find a riprap room for our trip to Chicago after this.